Alright, y'all, I'm back. So we're with Cartel Cruise Season 3, Episode 5. So, to me, the theme of this episode was let it go, let it go. Shout out to Frozen. That's what it's giving me. The whole episode was let it go, let it go. Yeah, that's what it was giving me. So anyway, we pretty much start off where we left off, which is Allie and, Stephanie and stuff like that with their little back and forth and stuff. So the executive producer brings Allie outside and, she starts walking up. People's like, don't go no further. I'm like, yeah, girl, stay right there. And she pretty much is just like, she wanted to apologize. Sorry, yeah. She wanted to apologize and she shouldn't have said what she said on air. Now, mind you, she said she shouldn't have said what she said to her best friend on national TV. Okay? Remember that, okay? So Stephanie is like, at the end of the day, I don't really care because you could have got my father killed. You could have got me or my mom. Like, my dad got to go back to his hood. And you got people walking up to him saying, oh, so I heard this, I heard that, I heard this. Like, and that's nothing to fucking play with. Which I agree. I've said that before. That's why I don't agree with anything that Allie did. Because it's trifling. Because on some real shit, somebody can really die behind that shit. And, Allie was like, okay, well, I'm going to say it again. I shouldn't have said it on TV. And now what kept bothering Stephanie is that she kept saying on TV. Stephanie's like, bitch, you shouldn't have said it at all. Like, you don't speak on some shit like that you don't really know. Now, I can't fault her for talking to her best friend about something, but I get what Stephanie is saying at the same time, because you're still like, although you only told it to Nicole, you see how Nicole ended up using that later against, tried to use that later against Stephanie when them two was going back and forth. Like, that's why, to a degree, it's like, yeah, I get it that you told your best friend, but at the same time, I can feel Stephanie when she was like, you shouldn't go around spreading that shit at all. Like, period. Even to somebody that you feel like you're super close to, because they can just go and run their mouth. That's how rumors start. People thinking they can trust somebody, and then this person find out, and that person. So I get it. I wished Allie would have stopped putting the emphasis on the on national TV part. Just say, if you're gonna be sorry, just be sorry. Just say, I should have never said nothing about your father being a snitch. I didn't have the right to say that, period. You don't have to be in depth with, well, I shouldn't, right or wrong. Even if you was in your right to talk to your best friend about it, if you gonna apologize, just fucking apologize, okay? So Stephanie was like, I'll never break bread with you. And Alice, she was like, that's okay. I don't like you. I don't want to be friends with you. So that catty shit, don't really give a fuck. This episode really wasn't a lot, to be quite honest. So then Kat and Diana meet up because, Kat wants to, talk to Diana about the whole situation that happened the night before. And Diana was like, I understand why Stephanie was mad. She said, I get that. I understand. And to be quite honest, it didn't even really seem like Diana was super, super mad about, what happened with her and Stephanie. She was just like, I understand the girl was mad, but you just don't take it out. Like, that's pretty much doing too much. And Diana was like, and I get it. Again, I understand. That's no cool shit to say, but it was like 2 years ago. At this point, you need to let it go. Ding, let it go, number one, okay? Then Kat talks about, in regards to Diana, she said, I think the real issue that Steph has with Diana is the fact of the whole Eddie and Diana thing. She said, but at the end of the day, I'm not mad with Diana about it. I don't really care about it. I'm over it. So she needs to let it go. Okay? She needs to let it go. That's number 2 for let it go. But Kat said that she's going to throw a bridal little party for Marie, and so she was like, Diana, I'm gonna invite you and Stephanie's gonna be there. I just want to make sure everything's gonna be cool. Diana's like, I'm good, I ain't gonna do nothing. So then we go over to Mike and Marie. They're going out to eat and they're talking about the prenup. And Marie pretty much says that when she really sat down and thought about it, she understands that Michael has lost a lot. And so pretty much, long story short, it's not that big of a deal for her to say I signed a prenup. She signed the prenup. Michael was super happy. I don't really think he expected her to sign it, or at least give him a little bit more pushback, and she didn't. And the one thing I could say is Michael and Marie, Michael really loves the shit out of Marie. Like, that's not fake. He really, truly loves that woman, down. This is not one of those things where I could be like, oh well, he only with her because of this. So nah, he really loves like the fuck out of that woman. So if they did get a divorce, I feel like it'll be because Marie walks away, because that man will probably just crumble and die, like real shit. So oh lordy lord, hold on y'all. Okay, so we go to the cigar shop, all right? Y'all know how I get. Y'all know how I get. Michael is there in fine as magic. Oh my gosh. I follow him now on Instagram. My goodness. What a fucking specimen. Do you hear me? Every time he pops up, I'm gonna let it be known that man is fine. And then Eddie got the nerve to come in too. Look at the material. Look at the material. Look at the material. Didn't I tell y'all that they was called the Train? Didn't I tell y'all that Eddie and Magic was called the Train? Fine as hell. Whoa, fine as hell. Anyway, so they're sitting there. I'm done being silly. So anyway, they were sitting there, all of them, they were pretty much talking about their different legal woes, okay? So Eddie talks about how he's trying to get off of parole. It ain't really looking, it probably won't happen, I'm gonna be real. But, you know, there's still like a small chance, you know, that it might possibly happen. He talked about how, you know, he wants to just kind of get up and go and do his thing. And how, like, I think he said him and Kat was like on a trip or something like that. And they got pulled over and the police, like, you know how they be doing it, like, for one person, because, like, they could be doing something else that, like, actually matters. But when it's, like, a black or brown person, they gotta do the extra mode. So it's, like, the whole damn police department, K9, just for, like, this one man. Yeah. Over top. Magic talked about trying to get his record expunged, which is something that I'm actually working on somebody with, too. It's a very long and costly process, but it really is worth it at the end of the day. So he was talking about that, and then Mike pretty much said, well, y'all two got it, because I'm gonna be on probation for the rest of my life, because technically Michael is not a U.S. citizen. He has asylum here, and he can never, I think he said, become a citizen, because he pretty much is the child of a convicted, you know, drug dealer. So sorry, we know you just a kid, but sorry. So, and I think he said if he goes like more than 90 miles offshore, then like he would never ever be able to come back. So my thing is, so does that mean he has to stay within the continental, like, United States, like the continental United States? Like, that's what I wonder, does that mean? I wonder if that means that. I don't know. I would like to know. Anyway. So then we go over and we see Betty. She goes over to Diana's house, because y'all know Diana kids was, at least the daughter was acting like she had lost her damn mind. So Betty came in, pretty much told them the story, you know, of course, about her sister. And, you know, pretty much like how y'all need to stop playing with guns. Like, y'all are children at the end of the day. I mean, grown adults shouldn't be doing that, but y'all are damn sure children. Do you want to die? Do you want to die young? Do you want to die early? Do you want to see your mom or your dad be sitting up here crying over you? No? All right, so you might as well cut the shit, okay? And I'm not trying to, like, speed through it, but, you know, y'all get the gist of what I'm saying, all right? So then we go over to Stephanie's mom's house, because that's where they're having the, I don't know, was it Stephanie's mom's house or was it just Stephanie's house? One of them two houses. I think it might have been Stephanie's mom's house. Anyway, she's talking to her mom pretty much about what happened the previous night with, or, you know, a couple nights ago with, Allie. And, her mom did agree and say that that situation is part of the reason and started the ball of her dad not talking to her. However, Mama said, you need to let it go. So that's number 3. So let it go. And you know what? I'm glad, because at the end of the episode, she actually did let it go. She let it all go. So I'm very proud of her. She got the message before we even got to the end. So, yeah, though her mom was like, I mean, I get it that she said it. It wasn't cool that she said it. But at the end of the day, people always going to have something to say. They're always going to have something to say. You need to let it go and move on with your life. Boom. So then we get Stephanie in her confessional, and she's pretty much talking about how, you know, she feels like pretty much not bad about, she just feels bad about like her reaction and how she acted about certain things and how she needs to just like move on. And I think really Stephanie has looked at herself probably like the past 2 seasons and maybe seen some of the things that people had to say, hell, maybe even some that I might have motherfucking said, but just pretty much saw the way that she was acting and saw that that shit's not cute, and see how people now perceive you. And so I'm pretty sure her acting out the other night when she sits down and think about it is like, oh, that's why people, say I'm a loose cannon. That's why people say I'm a fucking firecracker. And like she ended up saying later, I'm always fucking shit up because I do, which she, took onus in at the end. So yeah, so she talks about that. Then everybody come in for the little bridal shower. I'm sorry, but okay, so Nicole to me wasn't really in like the right attire to me until they gave her like her little flower and her fan. Then she kind of like looked a little better, but Diana was not in attire at all. I don't know what Diana be wearing. Like, where is she going? Like, is she going to a club every single night? I don't understand like the stuff that Diana wears. Like, she's a cute enough woman. I always love her hair. I actually really, really, really love her with the red hair. I love that on her. She looks amazing. But what the fuck was she wearing? I don't know. So, I think Nicole was talking about, before Diana came in, talking about, just making a little shade about the fact that her and Diana kind of got into it. And Nicole was like, well, we might need, like, I don't even want to bring up what happened with you and Diana because, you might pretty much start some shit. And Stephanie was like, I would never do that here. And so Nicole in her confession was like, so you won't do it at her bridal party, but you'll do it at my party. I feel her. Because my thing is, at that time, Stephanie had yet to apologize to Nicole. So at that particular time, I understood where she was coming from. So then Marie and Kat walk in because Kat was acting like she was, like they was all going to go to the gym and they was going to pick up Stephanie. They come in or whatever, and then Marie and Kat goes off to go get changed into their clothes to match with the girls. So while they're doing that, they are talking to Yvette. Now, mind you, Yvette is now everybody. I didn't realize that every single person at that table is in a bridal party. That's a big ass fucking bridal party, Marie. That's pretty crazy. But so everybody at the table was pretty much a bridesmaid, except Yvette. So that was pretty much pointed out by Yvette. Like, I don't really know where I fit in. Like, I come to all of the events and stuff like that, but like, I'm not a bridesmaid. So at this point, Diana says something to the point of like, well, you might just be able to have my spot. And Yvette was like, no, I'm fine. Like, I'm cool enough. She was like, no, you can pretty much just have my spot because, my boyfriend, he doesn't know who I'm going to be walking down with. And that's going to be a really, really big problem. We'll get to the other stuff later, but really, is it really going to be that big of a deal for you to actually walk down somewhere with somebody? Because y'all know, like, in a wedding and shit like that, when sometimes they have bridesmaids and grooms or whatever, how they come down together. It's not that big of a deal. It's not like you sleeping with the guy. Y'all literally just have to do that maybe twice. Once for the rehearsal, and at the rehearsal, y'all don't even have to touch each other. Just walk side by side. And then for the wedding, y'all might have to like lock arm and or whatever. But even if not, I'm pretty sure Marie will figure something out to where y'all ain't even got to necessarily touch. It's not that big of a deal. And the fact that you're letting a child, well, I don't want to say a child, pretty much a child compared to you, try to tell you what to do when it comes to your friend's wedding, you got the game messed up. So anyway, Diana's like, yeah, you might as well take my spot, right? So Marie comes out. They give a nice little speech to her, talking about how much they love her. I really feel bad that Marie's family is not going to be there. Like, I hope, like, in a twist of events, they really show up. But, like, they're really fucking trash for, like, not being there for her. But anyway, Kat talks about how, they pretty much are her family and stuff like that, so she ain't gotta worry about it. Then Steph takes the time to address I guess everybody that was at the party, and she apologizes to them, and she goes on, the whole little spill I did earlier about, her trying to be better, and how she's always the person that's fucking up a party, and how she pretty much apologizes. So Nicole and Diane, everybody, they're like, yes, and I'm like, yes, come on, accountability. I love it, Stephanie. I'm here for it, okay? So then Stephanie gets up and she goes inside. Diana follows behind her. She was like, I just wanted to talk to you. Like, I appreciate everything that you said. I thought it was really genuine. And she was like, again, I understand, her calling you, your dad a snitch and stuff like that. But At the end of the day, you know, you pretty much got to be the bigger person and let it go. It's not worth all of the bullshit. So Stephanie says, you know, yep, I'm just trying to be a better person. I'm not trying to be going back and forth with people all like that. So they kind of end that. So we get back to the bridal party. Now, Marie says that they have pretty much, that her and Michael for their wedding, they rented out this big ass like palace. And so for the whole weekend, they want both the bridesmaids and the groomsmen to come. Now, she said that all of them will be staying underneath the same roof. Now, first issue we're going to get to, well, the issue that was brought up. Stephanie brings up Yvette kind of sort of feeling away about not being a bridesmaid and how Diana should just go ahead and give up her spot and give it to Yvette. Well, I don't know. Somebody brought up Yvette feeling some type of way. And then Stephanie was like, well, you might as well just go ahead, Diana, and give your spot to Yvette because you're not going to want to go. So you might as well just go ahead. So Yvette does ask Marie, like, you know, why wasn't I made a bridesmaid? And she was just like, it's more of a timing thing. Like, you're still invited to everything, which I can believe that. Like, it's not like I can just throw you on as a bridesmaid. It's like I can, but if I had certain things planned out a certain way, I'm sorry, but it's a little bit too late for me to just tell you to come on and jump in. And she got more than enough bridesmaids. Just be cool with being invited, and then, you know, everybody gonna be at the same place anyway. Who fucking cares? So anyway, but now at this point, Diana is like, well, you're saying that we all gonna be staying under the same roof. I don't like that. You know, that's not gonna make him comfortable at all. And you know, if he don't go, then I don't go. And he's already asking me about whether or not I dated Magic, and I'm just like, why are you asking me that? Marie's face and my face was the same thing. Girl, are you serious? You don't know why he asked if y'all dated? Get the fuck out of here. Now, I will say that I can understand Diana's boyfriend feeling some type of way about her being in a house with like a whole bunch of other men, because like my boyfriend probably feel the same way too. But so at this point, Marie's like, I mean, you know, if you want to bring him, go ahead. Because she was like, so I'm not coming if I can't bring my man. She was like, all right, fine, bring him. I don't even care. Like, just go ahead, Diana, go ahead and bring your man. So then at this point, Kat says, who's all gonna be the groomsmen? Like, oh, you said all of the groomsmen is gonna be staying there too. She said, yeah. She was like, so who's all of the groomsmen? She was like, Magic, Willie, who is Magic's cousin, and Eddie. Of course, all top cats get an attitude. I don't understand. I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel right about that. Now, mind you, Kat says, there's no drama between me and Eddie. We don't have any issues. And then she just started making up all of these damn excuses. Oh, I can't really turn up. Oh my gosh, this fucking chair. Oh, I can't really turn up the way that I want to turn up. Oh, I can't be walking around in my booty shorts and all of this other stuff. Okay, but you would do that if all the other men was there. Okay, fine. I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't turn up the way that I want to. And Diana jumped in and said exactly what I was thinking. No, girl, you are more scared about what you will do. It ain't got nothing to do with whether or not Eddie walking around and see you do this and you're drinking around him. You're scared of what you'll do if Eddie tries you or if you get too drunk. I said, period. You don't trust yourself. Let's just be real. And even Stephanie, to a degree, she was like, well, what if you know she drinking and he come up to her and be trying to talk all of that sweet stuff. And Nicole was like, or somebody was like, well, then just push him in the pool. Exactly. You don't want that man to come because you still want him, and you know, or you think that y'all could possibly smash, and you don't want to possibly smash him. Let's just be real. Like, you want to smash him, but you don't want to smash him. Because if y'all don't really have no animosity with each other, and on top of that, do you see how many damn bridesmaids there is? There's like 25 freaking bridesmaids. You probably don't have to see Eddie other than for probably breakfast, dinner, and lunch if you really don't want to. It's not like y'all all just going to be like, oh, it's just them. Y'all going to outdo them anyway. Like, it's so many of y'all. You don't even have to be bothered with him if you don't want to. You scared you want to smash. That's what it is. So then we go to the final scene, which is Michael and Marie, and Marie is telling Michael about the whole bridal party, and she's like, yeah, you know, but what rubbed me wrong is Diana, and pretty much how she was making it seem, and how she was being demanding, like, oh, if I don't go, then he's not going, and I'm bringing my boyfriend, and all of this other stuff, and da-da-da. She was like, but I said, you want to know what, it's fine, bring your boyfriend, you know, just go ahead and let him come. And then Michael was like, no, that's not happening, no. First of all, I do not know this man, okay? Which, hello, I ain't gonna say no names. I literally just had this conversation with somebody I know, like literally earlier today, about this trip that we're planning and stuff like that, and how somebody wants to bring, you know, one of their significant others that nobody else knows and that they just really started dealing with. We don't really know. We don't even really know how long they've been dealing with them, but none of the rest of us really know that person. We don't know them at all. So oh shit. Did I get it? Sorry. So I feel Michael when he's like, I'm not bringing somebody, especially it's to my wedding, in the same house as the rest of us, and I don't know them. Not gonna happen. And she was like, and on top of that, I heard that the guy that she's with, he's in the streets, and I'm not about to sit up here and risk anything that Magic is trying to do, anything that Eddie's trying to do, anything that I'm trying to do, because y'all know that, like, in some states, I think legally, like, certain felons can't, like, be around each other or whatever. Like, there can only be, like, a certain amount of felons in a certain amount of space of each other or something like that, or you could possibly go to jail. So he was like, I don't really got time for that, and I worked really hard to make my business legit, and I'll be damned if somebody gonna come through. I gotta respect him on that too. So he said, look, they can come to the wedding, but they can't stay at the house with me. I think that's fair. I wouldn't want him to stay in the house either. But y'all get in the comments. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I'm out. Bye.